Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Darik Garber, and today we are going to be learning about inclusion in the general education classroom. So, a little bit about myself. I am currently a K through 2 special education teacher. I'm going into my third year teaching at Toledo Public Schools. Currently, I am pursuing my master's degree in autism spectrum disorder from Grand Canyon University, and also I am a varsity basketball coach. What is inclusion? Inclusion is about involving special education students in the general education activities with their typically developing peers. Some examples of this could be students participating in specials with their general education peers, also receiving push-in services, so their intervention specialist would come in to the general education classroom and give them the services they need, and also students with disabilities participating in extracurricular activities with their same age peers. Some barriers for inclusion. Inclusion on paper always looks like the best idea, but sometimes some things come up that are kind of out of our control that are barriers. Some barriers are the school doesn't have enough physical resources for the student in the general education classroom. Sometimes this can be manpower. Oftentimes students require one-on-one aid. A lot of times schools don't have the personnel for that. Also, behavior issues can prevent students from participating in the general education classroom if their behaviors are too severe or they're disruptive or destructive. Sometimes it just isn't feasible for them to be in the general education classroom. Maybe the classroom curriculum is too complex for the student. It's unable for them to be understood or comprehended. They need to work at a slower level. And then also general education teachers aren't trained to help support special education students. But maybe after today, you guys will learn a few things that will help you with that. How inclusion affects students with autism spectrum disorder. Number one, it helps promote their social skills, helps them interact with neurotypical students. Two, it helps students reach their academic goals. It helps them also helps students decrease their behavior issues. They can learn best from others around them. They can learn how to interact with people socially, as well as how to control their emotions. How inclusion affects general education students. This is a myth. Many people think that inclusion only benefits special education students. However, that is not the case. It affects general education students. It helps promote them working with people that may be different than themselves. No matter what career that the student is going to go into in their life, they're going to have to work with people that are different, maybe not the same as them. And the sooner we expose them to this and teach them those skills, the better off they're going to be in the long run. And also, it helps create a welcoming learning environment for all students. It shows that students might be different, but that doesn't mean that we can't treat them the same as we would any other student. Some strategies to help promote inclusion. The first one is offering a diverse library for reading assignments. This means you allow students to choose their own books for reading assignments. The only parameter for this is students have to choose books within their reading level. This allows students to become more engaged when they're reading about a topic that they're interested in. And also, it allows students from many different reading levels to all be able to participate in the same activity. By allowing them to read within their level, it allows differentiation right there within the assignment. Our second strategy to help promote inclusion is creating level group work. You would split students up by ability. And a point off this is please do not, when you split up the students, please make sure the groups remain anonymous. Like I like to do in my classroom is just simply give each Group of color, you're the red group, you're the blue group, you're the green group. Boom, easy to get from place to place. Each group will be given problems that best fit their ability. Maybe your higher level students will be given more challenging problems, while the students that need a little more help will be given maybe some more basic problems to help them build that understanding. And also, students can move from group to group throughout the year. If you're in the lower group at the beginning of the year, this doesn't always mean you're going to be in the lower group. You can move depending on how your skills move. And our third strategy today is to modify curriculum to best fit students' needs. Some students, when given a whole bunch of problems, it can be overwhelming. They can be broken up into more manageable chunks. Also, the number of problems can be increased or decreased depending on need. Say a student is kind of a slower worker when working in the general education classroom, they could be given 5 problems instead of the normal 10 to give them more time to work and make sure they're right. And also a tip with this is assign students a classroom buddy to help them stay on task. This could be maybe one of the higher students. They can help check work and also making sure that the special education student is staying on task and completing their work. Some resources for inclusion, because as you guys can tell, I am not an expert on this. There is loads more strategies. These are just 2 I found. Feel free to visit the website. They have a lot of great resources. Our first one is Inclusive School Network. It has many resources and articles about building a more inclusive classroom. Also has specially designed curriculum for inclusive classrooms. Our next one is Kids Include Together. This is kind of similar, but instead of focusing more on curriculum, this is more focused on social and emotional learning and for all students. And this is a really great resource. Introducing this resource to your students early and often will help them control stuff such as their emotions, socialization, stuff that is vital in life. This is just my works cited where I got my resources from. And also, I will open up the floor to any questions. Thank you so much. You guys were a great audience. And if you have any questions, feel free to come see me after the presentation, and I'm sure I can answer it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.